Creative ending. Discovered my girlfriend was having an emotional affair with a co-worker in early April 2022. We had a long conversation about this. She denied the affair, stating they were friends. We were planning to get married this fall in a themed wedding. I gathered the continuing evidence of the affair, it was only emotional. During the next few weeks I continued to question their relationship and was given the usual gaslighting and watered down lies and excuses. On September 12th I discovered they were planning to meet in my home during their lunch break. Obviously I stopped them by having her dad call to my house at that time. I had informed the wife of the AP. We agreed to gather evidence for future use. I gave up on any relationship after I discovered the ongoing affair and the lies. Today she flew for a work seminar and would be returning on Tuesday. Both of them are meeting in a hotel about an hour away. This was confirmed from their emails. Before she went, I went through her luggage and removed her new lingerie, replaced her new dresses and tops with some rather worn-out clothes and all her beauty products. The moment she went, I gathered all her belongings, boxed them up and dropped them at her parents' house. Didn't want to cause any problem for her folks, they're good people. Her dad was confused, so I said his daughter would explain when she got back. Now here's the kick in the privates. AP's wife has arranged to follow her husband to the hotel. We know the room number and is going to be there to welcome her husband and my girlfriend with his parents in tow. I was invited, but I have planned something myself. I blocked her parents' phone number along with her friends' numbers and their social media. This is because a couple of her friends are attending a surprise party this very evening. These friends helped and supported and encouraged the affair. The party is for my new job promotion and new placement, so I will be leaving town after the new year. They won't be able to contact each other. By agreement with others who are attending, they will only post the celebrations tomorrow morning. We'll post further updates. Edit 1 busted the friends on Saturday in front of their partners. Meeting OBS tomorrow for lunch, will try to post the update. Edit 2. Met the OBS today and got a copy of the hotel confrontation, and it went pretty much like I imagined. She was waiting with her parents and brother. She also had her husband's father for the luckless pair. The romantic getaway was ruined. My ex arrived at the airport where she met AP while 2Pi watched and recorded the whole thing. Ex appeared disappointed with her AP plans, as a 20 minutes airport shuttle bus ride to a hotel wasn't what she expected. No romantic trip. It didn't improve for her the look of pure astonishment on their faces when they entered the hotel room. The look of absolute horror on the AP's face. But the moment that stole the show was when the OBS told my ex to look in the bag when she asked if I knew. OBS laughed at her as she opened her case. Honey, he organized it all. Not necessary. Completely true. Ex tried to leave. He was advised to stay as the brother explained what was happening. He handed her a folder with the phone records, emails, pictures and a letter to their HR department. Ex dissolved into hysterics and AP began begging his wife will be divorcing him and possibly losing his job. I would give the ex a 50-50 chance of keeping her job, but both of their chances of further advancement will be seriously impacted. Ex has returned to her parents' house, and that's as much as I know. Her parents have asked for a meeting with them, not with the ex. I'm conflicted on meeting them. They were a big part of my life for the past 6 years, and I will genuinely miss them, as I cannot see having a relationship with them. I still am unable to post a new post, hence this edit. Also unable to message those Redditors who advised me anyone who has messaged me the messages don't send. I had intended to post about the decision that led me to this point. At the moment this isn't possible. I have received no warnings or explanations. So that was the finished deal. I have blocked the X on everything as I can't see anything good coming for further contact. Thank you to those who were supporting me and wishing me well. I honestly appreciate it. Good luck in everything and joy and happiness in everything you do. Story 2, Advice. Okay, so I've been married about 4.5 years, together with the same woman and only her for almost 8 years. I love her, I've always trusted her, have a child with her and another on the way. In the time we've been together I've never looked through her phone, spied on her, or even questioned her fidelity at all. I'm not ignorant by any means, I'm quite street smart, and my honest opinion always has been she's not the type to cheat. She's always been all about me. Recently we've been going through a rough patch. Not spending much time together, not being intimate often, we both had gripes. This went on for some time but I still never questioned. Recently I went through her phone for the first time. Pandora's box, I know, dumb. There was nothing definitive but a few things that definitely made me question. I've asked her twice now on 2 different occasions if she's ever cheated on me. She gets super defensive and even aggressive when I'm asking calmly. She said she thinks it's disgusting that I would even think that about her. Her reaction tells me she's lying. My gut suddenly tells me she's lying. My love for her tells me she's telling the truth. Her track record tells me she's telling the truth. The second time she tells me to get a polygraph test and that she would take it. I agree and say that's a great idea. She said she's going to leave me after the test though. I said I guess that's a chance I have to take. That was 3 weeks ago. Our S-time life has never been better. We haven't gotten along as well as we have been the past few weeks as we had in years. The polygraph I ordered arrived. She got very upset again, and aggressive, but still said she'd do it. Actually urging me to do it, angrily and aggressively. I told her she needed to be calm or it won't work and I wouldn't force her to take the test. She slowly calmed down over a few-hour period of time, knowing I said I wouldn't force her. Then by the end of the day she's happy again. It's been a few days and she hasn't offered it or even mentioned the polygraph again. Like it's forgotten about. Her actions more than anything tell me she's lying. Her actions are the only reason I can't get it out of my head now. If she would have just answered my question of fidelity originally and remained somewhat calm, I would have believed her. I need an unbiased party's opinion. Push the polygraph again. Or what? I've already decided for my kids' sake that I won't leave her either way, although if it is true and she's out me through this then I won't be able to trust her again, so we'd essentially just be roommates. Redditors' reactions, Story 3 after. Redditor 1, I don't know if she's lying or what she's lying about, but she isn't going to take the polygraph. She said she would, but didn't expect you to call her bluff. Pushing it further isn't going to get answers at this point unless you're prepared to walk away from the relationship. If she knows you won't leave, none of your threats will mean anything. So far, she's bluffed, used S-time and other manipulation to try to turn it around on you and appear truthful while avoiding it. If you want answers you can trust, I don't think you'll get them from her. You might want to dig a little deeper or hire a pie. Redditor follow-up, also why did she say that after the polygraph she was leaving? That is cause for concern. Redditor 2, DNA your kids. First, to give you peace of mind that they are yours. Also a point in her favor if they are yours. What is a mail order polygraph? By what you are saying, she is definitely cheating on you. Op answer, cheap polygraph off Amazon. A little under $200 but does monitor all the same parameters as any polygraph. It's all about the administering of the test, and interpretation. If it came down to it, I'm not putting my marriage on a cheap polygraph test. It's mostly to see how she does react to it while taking it. That will just help me make a better decision if she's lying to me or not. The one child that we do have at this point, I'm sure it's mine. DNA testing won't be necessary. She looks like me and hardly my wife. I do believe she's a good woman and person. I would have never put this past her unless it weren't for her reactions to me asking. Redditor 3, why even care if you aren't going to leave? She's definitely cheating. Like what? Go get a DNA test from a doctor. Hire a pie. Do something. Better yet, put a voice recorder in her car. Chef's kiss. Answer, I care because I won't live a lie. I will check out of the relationship, I just won't leave my kids. Story 3, Navigating the Divorce Process. Well, here I am posting in a group I've been secretly lurking for months, hoping I'd never go through this. Today my wife told me she wants a divorce. We both have seen it coming and I'm not looking for sympathy. Just what to do next? I don't know this process. I'm not sure of the rocky road ahead. Any tips on things I should do, shouldn't do, wish you'd have know, and the next steps are all welcome. Thanks in advance. Update, wife cheated while I'm away on trip for work. My soon-to-be ex-wife 24F cheated on me 23 meters. Well, this post is coming a few months after finding out, and it really messed me up at first. Recently I thought I was doing fine until I saw some pictures of her on a mutual friend's page, and it just put me 10 steps back for some reason. So backstory is we've had our fair share of relationship problems but never infidelity. I've been gone for work for a few months at this point, and one of her friends tells me that my wife had slept with one of her ex-flings on a trip she took back home. I was crushed, destroyed, devastated, and just at rock bottom after finding this out. She finally admitted to it. We're getting divorced, which we both kinda already saw coming, but that doesn't make it hurt any less. Lately we've been no contact as much as possible. I myself have not initiated any contact, it's been her reaching out if anything. But seeing a recent picture of her just crushed me. Put the scenario of her cheating on my back into my head and it replays over and over again. I guess what I'm asking for is coping mechanisms. I still have love for her, and oddly enough she says she has love for me, but how after she did that? Sorry if none of this makes sense, I'm not in my right state of mind as I'm typing this. Any advice, words, what to or not to do are all greatly appreciated. Redditor's reactions, story 4 after. Redditor 1, sorry man, but she has failed the wifey test. You stated you already knew divorce was probably going to happen, so time to accept that reality. Keep busy with other pursuits, working out, running, jogging, learn a new language, volunteering, or anything else to keep your mind off of her. I assume no kids or mortgage, so less complicated legal proceedings. Trust is a basic building block of successful marriages, and she has lost that with you. Even if you try to get back together, you will always wonder what she's doing the next time you are away. Learn from this relationship, and when ready start to look for a loyal and loving partner. Good luck. Redditor 2, don't be kind of North Carolina. Block her on everything and have no contact with her or anything where you can see anything about her. You aren't together anymore, so focus on yourself. Read the 180. Even though you won't be in contact with her, the attitude towards improving yourself is what matters. Go to the gym, eat right and stay busy. Both body and mind. Don't hang out with people who are in contact with her, and don't go places you might see her. If you can still work out of town, that is even better. Whatever you do, don't get weak and try to win her back. You will only come across as insecure and needy. She has shown you her true colors, and they aren't the colors of someone deserving to be your wife. Redditor 3, I'm sorry you're going through this op. You deserve better. Story 4, I found out my wife cheated on me 7 years ago. So my wife and I are high school sweethearts. We got together when we were just 14 and stayed together through college. We were faithful to each other the whole time, and it became a major value in our relationship. After college, we lived apart for a year. In that time, she told me she felt it would be best if we saw other people for a while to experience it, and that if it was meant to be, we'd get back together. During this time, we both saw a few people and eventually reconnected. I had slept with 5 girls, she with 3 guys. All of it was passionless and empty. We had an incredible relationship afterwards and got married 6 years later. All in all, we've been together 17 years. I thought we had the perfect relationship until yesterday. Our dog, which I got when we started dating, died last week at 17, almost 18 years. For whatever reason, the topic of our break came up, which I've always told people was this really healthy thing we did. She said one of the people she was with was multiple times. I asked if it was someone I knew. Lo and behold, it was one of my friends from high school. She had started cheating with him before our break and orchestrated our healthy break as a cover-up for her cheating. She had time with him for months without a protection, always been a big deal for me, and then never told me about it. After this, a lot happened. I lost my mom, we got engaged, I lived with her parents, we eloped, we had a huge wedding, we traveled the world, we started business together. It has been so great. I'm completely devastated that she never told me all this time. I had to pry the truth out of her. I thought just a few days ago that what we had was perfect. Now I feel completely alone, I have no idea what to do. We go on runs daily, we have trips planned, we were trying for kids. She's really worked on herself all of these years, and I truly don't think she's that person anymore, but I'm so hurt and confused and angry. I don't know what to do. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, I am so sorry. One of the saddest aspects here is that the op has been putting great faith in what is now seen to be a manufactured lie, that their healthy break was a mutually agreed upon respite. Uck. Why do people do this to others they allegedly love? Op, I don't envy your next month. Stay true to you. Redditor 2, you say you think she is not that person anymore. Cheating isn't about time really. It's about breaking your partner's trust. It's the betrayal that hurts the most. She has betrayed you every single day during the past dozen years. Every time she looked you in the eyes, every time she kissed you. She knew and never told you. She manipulated you into thinking that was a great idea and healthy for you too. But no, there had been passion for her. The only reason she came back to you is because it didn't work with the other guy, since she did break things off for him in the first place. She was never truthful. And she didn't come clean on her own. What else is she keeping from you? Has she seen him again over the years? Redditor follow-up, when my ex cheated, the one constant that meant it was over the moment I knew, was I refused to spend a single minute in my head reliving every what if. I just decided every grey moment when I looked back was her cheating. Why bother trying to work out if it was true or not? She no longer deserved any leeway. It was the fact I always trusted her with fidelity that kept me around over the years, and the moment that was gone, so was the person I married. All that was left was a serial liar that had been so comfortable deceiving me that I no longer could know if she'd been out seeing a friend, family, or off binging someone. She showed me she could interact with me perfectly normally, right after being with someone else. The moment I knew she had played the part of faithful wife so well I always believed she couldn't hide cheating from me, was the moment my wife disappeared from the earth. The person I saw once that mask was pulled off was the last person on earth I wanted to be near. That was after 20 years together on and off. Cheating was secondary to the trust that was nuked in a millisecond. There was zero discussion over why and with who. All I needed to know was the person I married was not the person I was led to believe they were. After that I had nothing to decide or work through. We were done. Op needs to work out who he is and what he will tolerate. That is all that matters now. His wife just proved she isn't who she led him to believe she was, and now the person he married no longer exists. Redditor 3, I'd leave if she told you earlier, then there would be a chance, but it took 7 years. If it takes this long to tell you, what else could she be hiding? Redditor follow up, this. If she had said it right around when they got back together, that would be one thing. But anyone who can tell a massive lie like this for 7 years straight is not someone who you'll ever be able to trust again.